What's up, beautiful people? This is Blue Nola. I'm back. I'm in the building. We're going to do Justin Bieber today. So, people were very concerned about his behavior. He went live. He was live for a little bit. And it was very bizarre. It was very bizarre to say the least. I don't know what the hell he was even talking about. But I was like, where is his family? Where is his wife? Where is anyone to see that this man is clearly struggling, having some sort of mental health, uh, substance abuse issues? Something is happening here, right? So we're gonna do a reading of like what is going on, like what's happening. I really pray for him and anybody that we see like Kodak Black doing these things, because there's a real issue here, and it's not something that just started yesterday. And clearly, this has been something that they've been covering up. And then he's gone live. Just saw him literally doing some exercises with Gunner. A lot of times people intervene thinking they can help a person to be healthier. But, so I see one comment here. This is actually on the neighborhood talk. Normalize praying for people instead of judging people. He's been through stuff that he can't talk about. We don't know what he's been through. But clearly, there's some sort of issue here. So let's go ahead and read the next comment. Where is his wife Haley? Right? Where is she? Can you help this man? Like, for real? Why is he online? Are they both? Like, you don't know what people up to. Even though she looks healthier than he is, you don't know you don't even know what type of relationship they have. I know he was talking about anger issues. I mean, is there some ABUSE going on there too? Like, what's happening? Like, are people able to really have conversations with him about his health? Poor baby, the industry is such a dark place. I hope he's able to find the light. And it's not even about the industry sometimes. It's about the way that the person was raised. Also, the industry is about a lot of yes people being around you. So it starts at home. It starts at home. Definitely giving me Aaron Carter vibes. This is what somebody else said in the comment section. Selena, somebody brought up Selena. I thought that was a good point. I noticed that he started to get triggered right after she got like engaged. I noticed that. I don't know. I noticed that. We'll ask that question. Somebody said, see, Selena wouldn't have him out here like that. I think he and Selena were also participating in some things they shouldn't have been participating in. Remember, her mental health was affected too as she was dealing with him, and her mental health has gone, been up and down for years as well. A lot of these child stars get into the industry. Their parents are pushing them. They get into the industry. That is, exasperates the situation. Praying for him and his baby. Depression and other mental health issues can be present on a father that's having a baby as well, especially after what he's been through as a kid. All right. Everybody keeps talking about what he's been through as a kid. Like we don't have all the specifics to make all these assumptions, but let's get into the energy around Justin Bieber. Now, what I'm about to say is this. I am not a doctor. I don't diagnose anyone, but we're gonna just do like a mental health check on Justin Bieber. All right, so this is what we're gonna start off with. I really pray for him though. This young guy, talented guy, just seems to be like something is really going on here. Give me the energy around. Somebody said he's the Kodak White. He acting like Kodak Black for real. Give me the energy around Justin Bieber. What is going on with his mental health spirit? Justin Bieber. This was trying to pop out, so we'll take this one. We'll take this one as well. I have people around there, but let's just keep going. I want to pull this through here so I can have more space. What is happening with Justin Bieber? Give me the energy around celebrity Justin Bieber. Depression for sure. He's got blockages energy, depression energy right here, but let's keep going. Depression for sure. He's struggling with mental health issues, guys. And then he looks like he was under the influence. But he's definitely struggling. He's got heavily master energy. So I feel like he's going to end up seeing somebody about it. Tower moment. He's having a tower moment. Let's keep going. Justin Bieber. Injustice. All right. So this is the Chinese tarot deck. I had them once before. I don't know what I did with them, but ended up purchasing them again. They're very beautiful. So, of course, instead of having pentacles, you have coins, and instead of wands, you have staves, and then they have different cards like the Heavenly Master, and they have some different cards that are in this deck as well. Hanging Ghost, Heavenly Master, different the universe. So there's some different cards here, but we're fine. All right, so anyway, when you look at some of his, we're talking about Justin Bieber, mental health. Again, I'm not a doctor, I don't diagnose, but we're just looking at it just in a general way. Let's start by just saying this. He does have he has some depression. He has some blockages here. He has a block aspect here. So feeling blocked, right? And that can make you feel stagnant. And also he has one of the messages around depression, right? Feeling depressed. And then he also has another message here in his sun energy. That is a message of depression. And that is also a message around expectations and depression and being unrealistic. And that could talk about that could talk about no matter how much money a person has, no matter how many people are around them, no matter how people support them. If they can't see it for themselves, how can anybody help them with that, right? It's like they have to, the person has to go through it for them to see it. He has the message around tension being released. So this talks about suffering. This talks about sadness. If you look at the Three of Swords, this represents sadness. Ace of Cups in reverse energy. This could represent feeling empty. He has the Five of Cups also too. That's a depression aspect. And then of course with the Sun card, that's another depression aspect. And that's like seeing things from negative perspective. So not able to see what's in front of you. Not always able to see the blessings. Where is everybody? Who is there? What's going on? They do have people around. But guess what? If I'm pushing you out, right? If I'm pushing you out and I'm going through a tough time and I don't want to talk and I don't want you telling me anything, how can people help you? So I don't think that people are just not there. I just think people can only do so much, especially when an adult. Look at Kanye West going cuckoo, pulling his antics online, dressing in KKK attire, continuously pushing the envelope, just pushing nonsense. But I think Kanye is more of a trying to get attention, strategic. But with Justin Bieber situation, he does have depression aspects here, right? So it's again tension, stress. So he has stress aspects here, and I would be surprised if they haven't diagnosed him yet with how people get diagnosed with these how you want to call it, different levels of depression. I'm surprised he hasn't been diagnosed. He could be because he has the message of Heavenly Father here. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's been diagnosed in some way in there. Star card for health also can represent a person who's going through a struggle. Now, this talks about somebody who again can deal with some type of nervousness. This can also talk about a person that's been dealing with some sort of struggle since they were younger. So this is why I keep telling people, we keep putting everything on the industry. I think a lot of times people already have struggles and then they get into situations where now that is actually elevated. Similar to Britney Spears, right? Britney Spears, and people cover that. People cover it with religion. People covered it in general. But when you look at his star card, these are things that it feels like he's always kind of struggled with. But I would say he has a lot of depression aspects that are here in his messages. And I do feel like with the Heavenly Father aspect, that does show there's a potential to get some type of help around it in some way. But he does have the Heavenly Father aspect. He does have a tower moment here, which of course obviously means that this talks about a shift, a change. So it's almost like saying he was doing well for a period of time, and then it just he went into a shift. The shift keeps coming in two, so this could be 2 months. This could be, let's just say 1 to 5 months. He's been shifting and shifting and shifting. I'll ask about Selena too, because I just noticed I keep my eyes on Selena because I used to love that little show, The Wizards of Waverly Place, being my little witchy self. But we're gonna ask: is like Selena moving on, her being more open with her boyfriend? Like, has that contributed any ways that like, we're just reaching? But because I did notice like once she kind of got engaged and started moving on, it seems like he's been kind of like having a little spiral moment. Like, but we could be just reaching, right? Like, we could be reaching. I also noticed he was on his Instagram wearing a wig that looks similar to Benny Blanco's hair. And I'm like, what is happening here? So I was like, this go look on his Instagram. Wait, I think he did disconnected his Instagram. But if if he ever reconnects it and if he doesn't clean it, I should have taken a picture. But he literally had on like a Benny Blanco type wig on his head one day, and I'm like, what's happening? But it does show getting some type of help with it, right? In his messages here, and it does show like he is having a tower moment, and then it does show him coming back into balance. Balance talks about kind of like identifying the cause and effect. Like when you look at some of his cause and effect energy, this is just like a person who's just been always like that's always struggled. So anytime he has some tension in his life, whether it's a relationship tension, work tension, you gotta remember newborn baby energy, like all that stuff could like add to it. Like the stress of life, people just be like, is it like is shit? People that be going into like depression and having to see people, sometimes it could be the simplest things. It could be just like the stress. I'm gonna ask also too, like, how is his relationship with this lady? What's her name? Bieber. Well, what's going on with her? Like, what's the situation? Oh, you know what? I was looking for something. Okay, so it's basically talking about like I think for Justin Bieber, especially with this Heavenly Master, I was looking for this. This really represents having to kind of like forgive himself. This Heavenly Master talks about having compassion for himself. This Heavenly Master has a lot to do with just kind of like just taking a step back. I think too, like when you look at the Heavenly Master, it has a lot to do with him conforming. It has a lot to him to do with this has a lot to do with some of the industry stuff too, because this could be considered a ritualistic aspect. And so I do feel like the industry, the pressures, being young, having his family depend on him, all those things that's kind of led to him this way. But the main thing that you see in his cards right now are depression aspects. To just start it off. Let me see how much time we've been yip-yapping. Okay. Let's look and see about any drug use. We clearly see that something is happening there. But let's look into that. Here's the energy around Justin Bieber. Okay. Any type of like, what's the energy like? Hard drugs, just pills? What's happening? Like, was he on some type of? Was he just drinking? Was he going out? Like, what was going on? What was he under? Was he just going like having a stress day? What the heck? Ace of Swords, Five of Swords, Four of Swords. A lot of life stuff going on. King of Pentacles, that's indulging. So he definitely shows indulging. Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles, for people that are not familiar with coins. Seven of Coins. I think too, like his financial situation, it almost makes you feel like sometimes their finances don't be what they say it is too. It shows like, sometimes people be having their mom or their daddy, their whole family and all that. But he has a lot of tension aspects. The swords represent challenges. So going through life challenges. Five of Swords could represent battling with people. Like he feel like he always battling with people. He don't trust people. When you see that Five of Swords and that Four of Swords, that's struggle aspects. Like I don't trust the people that's around me. I feel stressed. I feel like I can't depend on them. I feel like he is battling with a couple of people. It's more than one person. It's giving up two people or more, but it's giving two people in specific. King of Pentacles, King of Coins, indulgence. So it does show him indulging, right? Page of Coins as well. And his messages, it feels like he's wasting his life. Like even as much as success as he had, he feels like he's just at a point where he feels like he's hit a roadblock. You know what I mean? Like creatively. mentally, emotionally, just as a person, he feels like he's hit a roadblock. He also has a message here, and that message represents feeling anxiety. He does worry, like worry, stress, anxiety. Again, when you see these two, this could represent a person that feels worthless. You know, he was talking about he has the imposter syndrome. Worthless, right? Five of Pentacles as well. Five of Pentacles is a person who's going to go through a recovery. So I wouldn't be surprised if they say he goes through some type of recovery, some type of program, all right? That program does show in his messages to be somewhat helpful. Okay, shit. Let me pick this up. Whew. Lord, just poor Justin Bieber. Definitely have to have compassion instead of laughing at people. Okay, so it does show going through some sort of recovery in his messages, and then here it does show, like, he does get some sort of direction. I do feel like, to be nurtured. So it does show that. But indulgence, to answer the question, it does show indulgence. And the indulgence feels like it's something. When you look at some of these messages too, it almost feels like pills. Pills. But again, I'm not that kind of diagnosis. I can't say that for sure. It's for entertainment purposes only. What is his relationship with the lady Hailey Bieber? Like, what type of relationship they have, and where her husband can just get chopped and pop, what kind of relationship they have, and where he just getting online and doing all of this? Like, where are they? Last time he unfollowed her, it was a glitch. This time she unfollowed him, it was a glitch. Are they in a good place? Just had a newborn baby. Every now and then these rumors surface about their relationship being on the rocks, but they continue to stay together. What type of relationship are they really in, spirit? See, people be looking up to these people, thinking they're a great couple. And these people be Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Right? Not a good situation. That could be toxic. Like, we love each other, but there's tension there. Getting pushed away. Not always on the same page. They have major communication problems, major tension issues. Sometimes they're together, but they're apart. They do love each other. I can see where the marriage is going to end up in divorce. I know they've been. I know they've been knowing each other for a long, long time, and I know that they've been together for a long, long time. But you got to put yourself first in your mental health. This is their marriage, so they still show being married. Right? They still show being married, but eventually it represents the marriage falls apart, right? This is what it shows. Eventually it falls apart. Major tension, major communication issues, unable to get on the same page a lot of times. Fighting, imbalance, there's tension, there's obstacles, etc., etc. Also, too, in their messages, this talks about, like, putting all of this energy into it, and it's like we get to a good place and then we still, like, problems. Emotional abuse, mental abuse, right? This is what it talks about also too. And they have this message here. This could represent feeling burdens, right? Like, I do feel like feel trapped. People get into, like, codependent, toxic relationships with each other, and then they keep it a secret, but still that it seeps out, right? That talks about this. It represents a relationship will never inevitably end. I wish they could, I hope they work it out. They just had a new baby, but their relationship will inevitably end. It's just too much tension. It's falling on his end too. It's falling on his end in terms of like the behavior. Give me the energy around like where is she mentally with this relationship with Justin Bieber? Give me the energy around his wife. 7 of Cups. I hope we can work it out. I wish we could make this work. I'm trying to figure out the purpose. I would like for us to get grounded, even though if it's a challenge. I feel like, see, girl, let me tell you something. You got a baby. I know he's your husband, but that Strength card, it could represent fear. It could represent insecurity. It could represent trying to stay in a situation where you know it's not good for you. High Priestess energy. Eventually, it's going to come out. High Priestess in reverse, secrets. right? Secrets about what's been really going on. Emperor, baby, he be look like he could knock you aside your head. I hope you're not over there getting pop, girl. You know, cause this looking like you might be in a situation where it's not good for you, and eventually the secret comes out. So hopefully, it looks like she might not be in the healthiest situation with him. It don't look good at all. Does Justin Bieber, like, I see he has like tension with his wife communicating, and that just talks about just not getting along in a general way on some topics, life decisions. Again, they coming back again. See, they have tension in communication. Again, how they communicate, direction, feeling like a person is their crutch, not giving them peace, right? When you see that 2 cups in reverse. So he has his own issues with her as far as how they communicate. They have their issues with each other. Is some of his spiraling, does any of this have to do with Selena Gomez moving forward? Because it seemed like ever since she want to announce her engagement with old Benny Blanco, child, Justin then went kaput. Give me the energy around Justin. Am I reaching, spirit? He has the Star card in reverse. Insecurity, feeling low, self-esteem. Ooh. He has the Justice card. He has the Death card. All right. Six of Staves. Okay. Ace, 4 of Cups. And Page of Cups. I do feel like it has a little bit to do with her, but it's not a big, right? But he does have that Star card. I could see him feeling like looking at her online, looking at her being happy, getting engaged, child, moving on. Even Benny Blanco ain't as cute as he is, but she looked damn happy with Benny Blanco, baby. Okay. And Benny Blanco looked like he in love with Miss Selena. Star card in reverse, feeling low, feeling discouraged, right? But then kind of going through it. Death card is here as well, making that transition to understand it. He does have the 6 of Staves with that. That talks about kind of like, personal, like seeing things out in public. He does have the 4 of Cups, and that 4 of Cups could be like feeling like, a little twinge of jealousy there. And then that Page of Cups is also in reverse as well. That Page of Cups could feel like disappointment. It's crazy how this man could go run off and be with Haley and make a life and have a baby. And the minute Miss Selena get married or engaged, is Crybaby City, is online having meltdowns. Boy, bye. Get yourself together. I feel like Justice has been in love with 2 people his whole life. All right, so that is on Justin Bieber. Like, I want to ask the question, like, how does Selena see this? Does she, like, pay attention? Is she affected by it? I know she feels very deeply. Give me the energy around Selena Gomez. Does she feel, like, affected by, like, Justin Bieber and the stuff that, she paying attention to see what's happening with him? 8 of Staves. I do feel like she's paying attention. But let me say this. The 8 of Staves talks about feeling some type of... She does feel it. She sees it. But she's staying in her lane. And that 5 of Staves is there too. That's like saying I'm staying in my lane and I'm avoiding any of that. There's none to do with me. Like, but she does see it. I can see where she feels for that. Like I feel for him. I hope he gets the help that he needs. But it's like, she's in her Queen of Pentacles energy, which means she's kind of like, I'm moved on. I'm living my life. She's actually, Queen of Pentacles means she's in a happy place. She's doing good. She's happy with that guy, right? She's going to avoid this situation with Justin Bieber. Page of Pentacles here. She's in a committed relationship, guys. She's moving forward. Selena's in a committed relationship, moving forward with Benny Blanco. New beginnings, new opportunities for setting her foundation for her growth, new projects. She's feeling good. She ain't thinking about all this shit now. Ultimately, give me the outcome of Justin Bieber. He looked like he's going to get the help that he deserves. He has the Two of Cups, and that's to, again, talk to somebody, get the help with somebody, connect with somebody, you know, yeah, etc., etc. Aww. King of Cups, in a better place in the next 1 to 13 months. Also, 2 Lovers card. I feel like he's going to end up staying with his wife, at least for now. But the writing is on the wall. Peace and blessing. Eventually, the relationship is going to bust up. Have a great day. Take care. Stay blessed. Encourage and empower. This is on Justin B. We wish them the best of luck. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Don't forget the special is on the website. All right. We have a beautiful extended package that's there for you. A lot of people have been purchasing it. Thank you so much for all the people who have purchased that reading. It's called the Spring Package. It's for April only. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. You can book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com, BlueNolaTarot.com. I just wanted to do Justin Bieber, and it's kind of sad, and I was reading some of the comments, but it's kind of sad because he's a young guy. I've always enjoyed like some of his music. He's such a cutie. I hope he gets what he needs. But let's remember, it's not just this his mental health, his issues didn't just start at the industry. This to me starts at home. And then, of course, being young, being in an industry, being under the influence of so many negative people, this continues to be. And he may even talk about that one day. But we wish Justin Bieber the best of luck. He has a lot of tension issues with his wife. That's one of his main things, along with some of the industry stuff and some of the, I think it's multiple things. I think it's his family, it's his wife, it's the industry, it's the people in and around him. He has messages around not trusting people. He has messages of low self-worth. He has messages of having real depression. Looks like he's been diagnosed with something. I wish him nothing but the best. We're out of here. Don't forget to drop who you'd like to see next. Peace and blessings, and we wish Justin Bieber the best. Bye-bye.